Good evening, everyone. My name's Debbie Singleton. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I come to you live Monday evenings, 7 p.m. I hope everyone had a great weekend and a great day today. Let me close my door. Sorry about that. I've been sick for the last week and I'm finally just better today, and my voice is still just a little bit crackly, so I put a lozenge in just so that I wouldn't start coughing and hacking on everybody. So I'm finally feeling better today, much better than I have been, so I'm so happy about that. So this weekend I didn't do anything. Hi, Mom. Thanks for joining. So I actually didn't do anything this weekend so that I could clear up this whole mess of a cold that I've had for this whole past week. So I pretty much didn't do anything. And I sat on the couch and just watched TV and did nothing. But then today I had to hurry and scurry to decide what I wanted to do for my Facebook Live. And I had been thinking about doing this Easter Lilies stamp set that we got because Easter is coming upon us very fast. So I sat and I played with the Easter Lilies stamp set and came up with this idea. Kind of wanted to do kind of a fun fold idea, and I couldn't find the fun fold that I had kind of thought in my head, so I kind of scurried through and found the one that is a really simple one. And I wanted to use, of course, purples because purples are my color. So I kind of went with using a little bit of yellow and purple because I like yellow and purples. Hi, Jess. Thanks for joining. Oh, my goodness. You're being able to join tonight. So I like the ideas of yellows and purples together. So I put a splash of yellow in there. So we're going to use, see, I thought the lozenge would work. So I decided to use a couple of different, get over here. Oh, you're saying that soccer practice. So you could do both, huh? Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? All right, fine. So I don't get, oh my goodness, I don't want the full screen. There we go. So this is what I came up with. So it is a fun fold, and you open it up, and then you still have your area you can write in. But I did like this purple part, and I just sit on a purple card. And then here's a little bit of our yellow. And then I did do some yellow inside. So I colored a little bit different on the second one because I don't like how I colored the first one. So I kind of decided to color it a little bit different. But it does open. So it is a fun fold. And I used for the backing, for the card, I used Fresh Freesia. So it's still 8.5 by 5.5. First score mark is at 4 1/4, and then the second score mark is at 1.5. So you're still going to fold it in half first. Give it a good fold. Super easy tonight, actually. And then you're going to take the other fold mark and fold it back this way. And that's the one that's at the 1.5. So that's going to give it your fun fold part right there. Now, this piece is from the bee. My Valentine has all the bees on the back. So I thought that would be really nice to give us our yellow part of it. So this is actually 2.5 by 4 1/4, 5 1/4. So we can put that on right there. And that gives us that really pretty little yellow part right there. So we can go ahead and glue that on. It's going to be a super easy card tonight. And I'm going to open it up just because it's going to make it easier because it's going to be a little bit flatter. Looks like I didn't cut this one as wider. I did the other one. Now for on the inside, it's the same size white piece, but apparently I don't have it on my desk. So we'll put a white piece here, which is 2.5 by 5 1/4. But I don't know what I did with it. So maybe when I was cleaning off my desk to do my live, I put it away. But a white piece would go there. The purple piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And this one is from the perennial pack that has all the purples in it. Had so many scraps sitting on my desk for me playing with this today. I thought, oh, I'll clean it off. And so I must have picked up this extra white piece and put it away. Okay. So you could also put a piece on here, but I thought that it looked nice just to be blank. Then I took a piece of white and our deckled rectangles to make the piece that's going to sit on there and cut it out from our deckled rectangles. And I think I used this one. Oh, I used that one. Let's see. I'm going to use this one. Actually, I used a bigger one. I guess I did. Okay. So this one. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 from the top. And then I use the smallest one for the sentiment. Let's just stick with that. And on my original card, I left it white, but I didn't want to leave it stark white. So I don't know if you can tell, but there is a little bit of coloring on this one. Can't really tell. So I took the Fresh Freesia ink pad and I used my blender brush. And I just kind of went around on with my ink pad and I colored it a little bit so that it's not, this one's white. This one is all white and this one is not. So I don't know if you can't, you can't really tell. So I like that much better. So then I cut out already. I stamped first. I have the stamp set, the Easter Lilies. The nice thing about our stamp set and our Easter Lily dies is the dies will cut out these, will cut out the stamp here, and these you can cut out, sorry, you didn't see those. So these silhouettes will cut out the stamped parts. These you can run through the die cutting machine and they will simply cut out a 3D cut, which is nice. So you can do 2 different things with them. It's amazing. So I decided to just stamp the I stamped it and then I cut it out. So we're going to make the flower. And then I'm going to color the flower. Now, for some reason, normally you can just press down on the ink pad and it will press usually in the middle of the ink pad and press down. Oh, it did a little bit this time. Maybe that's enough. So I got out the little ink because it didn't want to do that for me earlier. And then here's one of our water brushes. We have new ones now that actually in the catalog, and they are 3 of them, which are so much nicer. You get 3 different brushes. I just haven't gotten the new ones yet. What you do is you fill up this little container with some water, and then you get your brush a little bit wet. And you don't want it too wet, so I have, you can see I have, you want to get a little bit wet. So you just squeeze this down, squeeze that down there and get a little bit wet. And then when it's a little bit too wet, you can brush that off. And we're going to color this. You can do this instead of using the blender pens. What I did here was I blender penned, used the Daffodil Delight and gave this little yellow. And then I used the Old Olive and did that. So now I want to color. Yeah, there's a lot on there. Whoa, okay. So now I want to give this some color. A lot. Give the petals some purple color. All right, so not enough color in there. I have to give it a little bit more. Too wet. Turn this around. A little too wet, and I'm not. This is giving me too much water. Color, and I don't use this very often, so I'm really not sure how I'm using it. Let's get more color. Okay. I think that's how I want it. I want to do this one. Again, it's like it's a paintbrush. Okay. All right, now we want the green. So I'm going to clean this off. And so I don't have any purple, so I just kind of swish it on my paper towel. Make sure all my purple is off. But I also don't want any water to get back on my ink pad. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to clean this off. And the color can be on there, that's not a problem. And I'm going to, this one worked better. Just smush that in. And I get, oops, I'm used to closing it. All right. And we're going to color this. And you can always just use it's just a different way to color. It's actually kind of fun. I've done this in a long time, so I'm kind of fun with this. It gives it a different look to it as well than our blends, like a watercolor look. Okay, clean this off so the green's not on there. Okay, put the lid on. And then we'll clean this off. Water doesn't go back in there. I'm going to throw this away so it doesn't get all over me. Okay, so now we're ready to build our flower. And I found someone gave me a trick to put building this, and they use the glue dots. So I'm going to put a glue dot on this, and then put the stem on. And then put a glue dot on again and put the other piece on. All right, and then now that all those pieces are on, down more. Okay. So now let's put some dimensionals and put it on our piece. All right. Now let's stamp our sentiment, and I used the gorgeous grape for the sentiment, and I did Happy Easter. And the Happy Easter came from the other, it doesn't come from the Easter Lilies, it comes from the, oh, sorry. It comes from the Easter egg one. The Happy Easter comes from the Easter egg. All right, so I put the glue dots on the back here of here and here, and then I put that together so that it sticks on, and then I put the dimensionals on and then stuck it together. I put in the glue dots on the back here. It's just stuck it all, the leaf to the flower and then to that flower, and it stuck it together better. All right, so now I've got everything stamped. All right. Now we're gonna attach this. And for some reason that's over more. That's weird. All right, yep, that's over too far. Over farther than. I have to put that like literally right there. For some reason that is not lining up. This one is. I must have All right, so we're going to move this over just a little bit because I didn't align that right. All right, so let's be sure and put our tear and tape not to the very edge because I'm going to move it over a little bit. So, because I messed up my calculations apparently on this one. And I'm going to do one more. All right, I always use my take your pick tool to help me pull it off. Now, because somehow I must have not measured over far enough when I was doing it, and I don't want this to come over. So I'm going to put this over more. Okay, good. So I'm right. That will work, and that will work. So I'm okay to put that down. Good. That still will work. Good. Why that didn't match, because I somehow didn't do my dimensions right. All right, and so then my happy Easter, I put a couple of dimensions on there, and I just made sure that I didn't have them, I put them in different spots, because it's not going to sit. It's going to sit kind of diagonal. So hopefully this will work. Let's sit it up. Yeah, I did. Okay. Well, there we go. So there's our card. And then I added some of our purple fine shimmer gems. There we go. All right, so there's our two cards. And this one has that little bit, it's not quite as stark white as this one, which I think I like better. It's not quite as white bright, but they still open up. And then I need to put the white inside there just so you can write. But there we go. There's our two cards that we made for tonight. Happy Easter around the corner. Oh my goodness. You have a nice Friday. You're all right. So yeah. So busy weeks for everybody. Oh my goodness. But if you need anything, I will be here. Just let me know. We have only this month and next month left for our mini catalog. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. It's already going to be done with. And then we'll be having out a new, whole brand new big catalog coming out too in May. So it's craziness. But anyways, you guys have a great evening. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be here for you. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Have a great day. Bye.